How you guys doing today? This is James Norfleet coming to you live from the closet. Yes, I said live from the closet. And tonight, I'm taking y'all back. I'm taking y'all way back. I'm talking about James Brown and his famous album, Live at the Apollo. But before I break this album down, first of all, I want to let you guys know that it was done on October 24th of 1962 at Brown's own expense, meaning that came out of his own pocket. We're talking about setting the bar high just by doing that. Secondly, he had a vocal group accompanying him while doing this album by the name of the Famous Flames. Bobby Byrd, Bobby Bennett, and Lloyd Stallworth. Even though they weren't mentioned, they played a big role in this. But let's talk about the album. First of all, it spent 66 weeks on the Billboard Top Pop Albums. It charted at number 22. Not first, not third, but number 2. Most people say, well, if you're not first, you're last. Well, I say if you're not first, second, or third, you're last. And to him, he was number 2. But let's talk about why this album was so revolutionary. Let's break it down. Let's get into it. Right after the break, I'm coming back to let you guys know why this album is one of the best. Stay tuned. How you guys doing? Welcome back. Okay, so I had a couple calls during the break, and a lot of people were asking me, why do I feel that he is so popular in music today? Well, let's see. Most old music is new music, and most new music is old music. We all understand that, right? Come on, we could ask Elvis that. He stole it from several people, but he made it his own, therefore making it famous. But it was really old music that he stole from somebody else. But that's not what we're talking about. Let's talk about why we feel that his music is so popular today. Well, okay, first of all, James Brown had his own sound. He made his own sound. You guys know, I got it. Watch me. Well, that was his own sound. No one else can do that, but most artists today try to replicate that. They try to duplicate what he did. So if you had to ask the question, why do we feel that his music is so revolutionary and popular today? He made his own sound. Another question that I got before break was, how has he changed the industry? Well, as I stated before, he had his own sound. But at the same time, James Brown also came up in an era where things weren't great. There was still racism, there was segregation and delegation, Politics weren't the great, and I know we all know we ain't have the best presidents back then. But, people were still, the color of his skin was still frowned upon. But yet he still made music. Yet he still reached out and touched people's hearts and souls through how he created his music. I got it. That raspiness in his voice, no one can duplicate that. The reason why I say he changed the industry is because he wasn't afraid to speak out. Most people are afraid to speak out nowadays. Most people are afraid to say, hey, that's wrong. Hey, what are we doing? He said, you know what? I'm going to do it my way. And if you don't like it, you don't have to be around me, basically. I say that in a nice way. He said it in a lot more arrogant way because everybody knows how James Brown is. But that's how he changed the industry. He spoke up. He said what he had to say. So let's talk about why we believe that he's not talked about as much as he should be talked about. Well, let's break it down like this. James Brown is known as the king of pop. People nowadays don't listen to pop the way they used to listen to it back then. Back then, there were messages that needed to be heard. There were things that needed to be said. He should be talked about more because he lived in an era where things weren't great. Okay, I know you guys are like, things aren't great now. What? Economic depression and high gas prices? Come on now, please. We're talking about segregation. We're talking about whites versus blacks. We're talking about things as abuse, Things of that standard is what he spoke out about. And he did it in his own way, with his own voice. That's why he should be talked about more.